And it's that time of the week again, everyone. Welcome back to my channel with myself, David, aka Millionaire Incorporated, where, as you know, on weekends, I like to go back over the charts of the Forex pair pound yen and just do a bit of a review of what's actually happening with the pair itself and what we can actually look for moving forward. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget, guys, smash that like button. Give me a subscribe, and if you want, leave me a comment, say hey, introduce yourself. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you're coming back to the channel as well, guys, don't forget, drop a subscribe, because I release these videos every week, and they are a good way to actually learn of how the actual currency pair of the pound yen actually works, and what you can actually look for moving forward to help improve your trading. As you know, I like to use price action and support and resistance zones to trade off. I don't necessarily like to use candlestick analysis on its own, because I feel on its own it might not necessarily be the best or only way to trade. And I'll actually explain to you why during this video, so make sure you stick around for that. As always, guys, this is not personal financial advice. This is just my view on the market and what it's actually doing and what I'm looking at to take trades. So as you can see right now, this is the pair this week. I kind of left a few bits and pieces up from last week so you can kind of see what I was actually looking at. As you can see, I was looking at this week that the price would come down, kind of test this area here where I've got this kind of support zone and line drawn in for it to kind of move back up higher. So it kind of did that during the week, but I'll get into that in a moment. Or if it didn't actually respect that and kind of break below, to kind of come back down to this area down at 153.069, where I thought it could potentially move down to. So let's get into it. Let's see where the actual, let's get rid of these arrows first, so we can actually tidy this chart up a little bit more and make it a little bit clearer and easier to understand. So I'll just quickly remove that, and I'll explain. Oops. So this trade idea I kind of placed during the week is I wanted to see price kind of come back up to this area here. So I'll just quickly get rid of this candle, this arrow first. All right, so where did we open up? So this was the first candle of the week, this green candle. So you can kind of see it came up, kind of tested this area here, kind of in the middle of nowhere, and came down, tested this kind of area here. Quickly draw it in. A minor kind of support zone. So I'll just clean this up a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't want to do what you want it to do. So you can see, kind of came down, tested that area, then went back up a little bit higher. It was kind of like a bit of, wasn't really the best zone to kind of trade off. So that's not really a great zone. Like I said, I was waiting for it to kind of come down to this area here, where it was more of a solid zone, where it actually came up, tested a few times before it broke up. So it needed to kind of come back down to retest that area. So that's why I was holding out for that area to try kind of trade off. Now, as you can see, it kind of did a bit of a double bottom. So you could have actually taken a bit of a trade from here up higher. Let's go long position. So kind of at the close of that 4-hour candle there. As always, guys, you know what I like to do. 40 pip stop loss, 80 pip take profit. And let's see if that actually hit profit zone. So you can see there, that actually never hit a take profit. So maybe not the best kind of trade to take, but if you actually drop it down to, let's say, a 20 pip stop loss, which is still reasonable for that area, and make that a 40 pip take profit, even 60 pip you would have probably, just shy of hitting. So 40 pip take profit, you would have actually hit that 2-to-1 risk reward ratio relatively easily. Now, like I said, you don't actually have to do a 40 pip stop loss, 80 pip take profit. Like I said, I like to, just because pound yen does move quite a lot. It does swing quite rapidly from one point to the next. So you can see by these couple of monstrous candles here where it actually did move quite wildly. Now, I'll delete that. Now, this is why I was saying I don't like candlestick analysis. So I was actually waiting for price to kind of come back up to this area just kind of here before taking another short. So I was kind of waiting for it to kind of come back up to this 155.40 area. So kind of just a little bit higher there. Bloody hell. Excuse my language, guys. Being an Aussie, we swear like no tomorrow. So I was kind of waiting for it to kind of come back up to there. So I'm going to drop down to the 1 hour time frame for this and actually explain to you why I took a trade. So you can see quite bullish with that 4 hour move kind of going up. And I thought, all right, I'll kind of wait for it to kind of come back down lower to kind of this area here before taking another buy. So I kind of did because I thought, it's bullish, wait for a kind of a 50% retracement on that candle, buy it back up to there, and before I sell lower. Now, that's why you shouldn't do that, because you're in the middle of those zones between like that zone, this zone down the bottom here, that 154.30 area, and this 155.40 area. That's why you don't take trades in the middle of areas, because it usually does end up being a loss, and it's just not good for your trading psychology. So this is where patience is important, and it does pay to actually do so, because I think I lost like 50 pip, 40 pip, 50 pip trade there. So yeah, so I kind of got out there, 50 pip loss, which was just, like I said, broke a couple of my rules of trading in between zones, trying to like trade at the end of a bullish candle, or what I thought was a bullish candle, and as a result ended up losing that trade. So I'm going to remove this trade setup here, which was at that 155 375, so 155.40, which I was waiting for, which never actually reached. So I'll delete that. I'll delete this zone as well, because it wasn't, like I said, not a really strong zone. But one of those areas I was waiting on for the week was this area here at 154.30. And you can see it came down, closed above, tried coming down again, but just couldn't get that momentum to kind of come back down lower. Came back up, and I actually took a trade on the 30-minute time frame of kind of like this W pattern forming. So it kind of came down. Oh, let's spread this out a little bit so I can actually make it a little bit larger. Looks disgusting there, but let's clean it up a little bit. I'll actually explain why. So I'll grab the arrow as well. So came down to, let's say, there, came up, came back down, and broke above that recent high. So what I did is I waited for this candle here to kind of come back down, test it, and close above. So that's why I took that trade off that area just there. So 1 second, let's hit that, get rid of that. And let's jump back to the 1 hour and zoom back in. So you can see that that's why I took that trade. 40 pip stop loss, 80 pip take profit, which is just here. And you can see it literally hit it to the T. So let's go to a 4 hour and see what it looked like. So an area where you could have taken profit was probably this area here. It kind of came down before it went up again. And as it came down, kind of came back up, exhausted, and came down lower. So that was pretty much the area you could have kind of taken that trade from. On the line chart, you can actually have drawn that area just there, and it's pretty much hit a bang on kind of thing. So that was probably the best trade to take this week. It was clean, it was clear, and relatively easy. Now, full disclosure, I didn't actually hold that trade for the whole time because it came down so bullish. I'm like, oh, I'm getting out. Thought I was going to keep going lower, because you can see at the moment it's kind of going low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it's kind of in a bit of a downtrend. But overall, don't forget, guys, this is still in a bullish move up. So we could still see a significant move higher. Now, let's go back to the 4 hour again. I am kind of waiting for it to kind of come back up higher. So I am in a trade again. As you can see, very bullish move here. But we'll kind of just wait and see to kind of see. It's kind of finding support just at this level, just here. which is also kind of working off this area here. So I'll draw that line in now. At the start, I was saying it wasn't a good area kind of support, but at the moment it's kind of holding a little bit more easily. So we'll see how it goes at the start of the week. So we could actually see this week moving forward. That was like only the one trade I would have probably taken, which would have been a decent trade to take. So the week ahead, we could see that move finally going higher. If that doesn't sort of hold or hold support, we could see it finally coming back down to this area of that 153.069. If it breaks below this area of 154.30 kind of thing and actually closes below, retests, and we see that bearish momentum going lower. So that's kind of what I want to see for the week moving ahead. Now, I should have mentioned this at the start of the video. I am going to quickly show you how well these actual zones and using this kind of method works for crypto as well, because as you know, I'm actually looking a bit into crypto itself now. So I'll jump over to the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to jump over to the daily time frame. So if you watched my video on the bull run is over on the crypto kind of segment I did, I kind of said, oh, watch out for this area just here, this one, 32,000. Probably it's going to find support there. I think I even did it on the weekly time frame actually. So I said, yeah, here it is. I said I was going to kind of find support in this area either here, and might find resistance in this area here. And you can see it's actually been ranging between those kind of two areas. So let's go back to the daily. So you kind of see came down, tested that area perfectly on that daily zone as well, because you drop down to the daily time frame or lower time frame to actually find a better area of support, and that was it there. It kind of came down, tested, and then took off up higher again. And just that alone from, let's say here, back up to it, was a $10,000 movement, which I think I even said in the video, which is a 34% move. And that happened within a day, 2 days kind of thing. Then a day later came back down, kind of tested again, and then back up again. So relatively easy way of trading, looking for strong areas of support and resistance. Like I said, I've left those areas on my chart so I can actually kind of watch it moving forward. In saying that as well, we can kind of see a bit of a downtrend happening here. So where it kind of created that retracement up, came back lower, it's just kind of now respecting this area of this downtrend line here. You can see it's just kind of went flat for the part of the week before it's actually finally moving lower. So we'll just kind of watch that on the Bitcoin. So yeah, so that's it for the week, guys. So as I was saying with pound yen GJ, I do see it kind of moving high if it can actually hold this area of support. If not, we'll probably continue lower to that 153 area for a bit of a retracement, and we might even see a bearish move lower because it has been in a very strong bullish uptrend, as you can see. So it is due for a bit of a retracement, potentially even come back down and test these lower areas just around here somewhere. But price action, watch what it does in certain areas, and always remember your risk management, not risking more than 2% per trade, and going for 2-to-1 risk-reward ratios. So as always, guys, if you found value in this content, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel as well so you can actually keep up with my latest videos on the Forex analysis for pound yen, the crypto videos I'm doing, and also the personal self-development videos I do as well. So catch you guys again next week. Cheers.